Hey Alice, it's it's Lily Willy. Um, the name under which I've joined Facebook was Lily Bright Kale Tedo. Um, well, I first joined it under what is still sadly my legal name, uh, which was my birth name, but the names I answer to are Lily and Lily Willy and Lily Cat. And we have yet to meet in person, but I am in Portland. And I will quickly upload this onto YouTube and then delete it from YouTube. After after um, after I know you've seen it, because I've made a new videos on my YouTube, some of which far no back actually state that I am in Portland, but many of them just say that I'm on the West Coast, without going into a lot of detail, and some of them uh, are a bit political. May have mild mannered compared to to some, but political just the same. Uh, I'm what I like to call gender flexible. Um, but like um, like you, I don't in total necessarily fit into culture's gender limits, but I'm a little complicated because when it comes to individual sides of me and individual aspects of me inside, it's not so much that individually they don't conform as I have aspects that conform to both of them. um, so, uh, um, it's kind of occasionally disconcerting, but I've I've begun to be used to it. Um, you told me that you're dealing um, with a very bad um, breakup, and I don't know what yours is like. You're you, but I've I've had the data, as it were, of going through a couple of them in my life that were particularly damaging. Um, and I met my husband Jesse after um, beginning to climb out of a 3-year PTSD and depressive nap after a combination of events that included a real wrenching breakup that actually resulted in my soul nearly leaving my body. And I don't know the person involved, and I don't know what you were both dealing with. And I don't want to do the rather idiotic thing of trying to offer advice, because even if that were appropriate, you're not at the stage where it would be helpful. And I can tell that from your posts. But I'm in Southeast Portland. If you should decide that you're ready to meet up with me in person for a coffee and or tea or whatever, I'm easily findable in the areas betwixt the Belmont and Hawthorne districts. I will offer more geo details later if you should choose to meet up with me and or my hubby Jesse. I'm more nocturnal than he is. He works every day but Sunday and Monday as a techie. But we and so I'm often working the night shift, which includes paid surveys and paid searches, and my writing. I sometimes work on those during the day when I am up, but I'm not often regularly up during this time of the morning. Usually this is when I'd be, betwixt 9:30 and 10:30 a.m. is often when I go to bed. But it's it can be really rough dealing with any breakup, but it's harder if the connection was particularly intense and particularly strong. If you'd like to meet up in person for coffee and or tea, if funds are an issue and you're willing to accept a treat from me, then I and or at times my hubby will be glad to treat you to a coffee or tea or whatever. I will say I'm sensitive enough to hemp milk, which I can take on occasion, actually gives me a mild buzz and will give me the calming effect that will mellow me as much in some cases as pot will people who take it for anxiety. And if I am around pot smoke for a few seconds, depending on the type, I will either be actually have any head pressure or borderline headache that I might have lifted from being around pot smoke for a few seconds in some cases, but there is one type of pot that actually overstimulates me very quickly in the same amount of time. And in both cases, with enough exposure, it is a seizure trigger for me because I actually have a bit of a hemp sensitivity. So if you are someone who partakes of weed, whether for recreational or medical, I totally support it's remaining legal. I would appreciate it if you choose to meet up with me in person. If you waited to smoke until after you went home, because pot is a seizure trigger for me. I wish it weren't. But some hemp sensitivity runs on the maternal side of my genetics. Unfortunately, it's a sensitivity I hope to eventually outshift, but it's one that I have not yet successfully done that with. So, hey. But anyway, if you felt like meeting in person with me, I'm certainly willing. If I remember correctly, you are Spectrum. I consider myself to be very mild aspie. My doctors in recent years have doubted that diagnosis because I have for one thing, memorized certain body language cues, and with enough time and watching of people, I can decipher the ones I've memorized. But they considered me they said that if I truly had it, I would never seek socializing or want to be social. And they clearly never met my first husband. It was an either or. And that's kind of that's kind of how I am. I consider myself to have home zone dependent extroversion. But um, once some place or a social circle is a part of my home zone, my territory, I can be very, very, very extroverted, um, and very, um, very outgoing and friendly. But until that point, even if the same convention I attended, that the same convention that I've attended since November 2001, Oricon. So it's been held at the Riverfront Marriott now twice, and even though I knew a lot of the people who attend, um, because I was used to the other location and comfortable there, it actually took me a whole day of the convention to start feeling social at all, and another whole day at the new hotel to start feeling bubbly. So, you know, uh, there's decidedly have some more than a few of those traits. But I can I totally understand if you know, uh, if you don't people easily, and or if you um, don't feel comfy meeting up with me in and or Jesse at this time, or would prefer, um, to just stay in your shell for a while. But if you choose to, we're here for you. And we're in Portland, so pretty sure we're close by. Bless you.